tricks us out
We
with
do
this
that.
stuff? Not going anywhere till you get them back.
Just Mike, just us.
Need to keep them, and you-
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we'll begin with, roll call, Morgan?
Ryan Thompson.
Here.
Scott Davis.
Here.
Brandon Sudbury.
Here.
Ryan Williams.
Here.
Matthew Lorenzo.
Here.
Colin Smith.
Here.
Morgan Bob. Here.
Thank you. Okay, the minutes have been distributed. Is there actions or changes needed in them?
I move we approve them as presented.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Mr. Paul, you're up fast.
Yeah,
You just got a lot for us to do, though.
yeah, we do. We have a payment for, the contractor on the hangar project, so that's the first action item. Motion to approve contractor's pay estimate, or progress estimate number 2, in the amount of $64,428 to Dunlop Construction on the TNF project.
I move that we pay the contractor's progress estimate number 2.
Is there a second?
Second.
Questions or discussion?
That is, reimbursed, correct?
Reimbursed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be part of your grant,
Yes.
but
Okay.
it hasn't been reimbursed yet.
Right, so okay, perfect.
Good done that, yep.
Yep.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And then the next one is for AIP 2024, partial pay request number 9 for $30,000. And then you can see the federal shares there between the, basically, 27,000 Fed and 1,500 state and local.
So that's a 90 and 5 and 5 then, yeah? Is that, I can't do the math real quick, but. is
On
that-
AIP 24, cause it's the
Okay.
prior year.
So it's a 90 and a 5 and a 5,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
I move that we approve the partial pay request number 9.
And is there a second? Second. Questions, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Yep, and then this one, the next one is, will actually, basically come out of, if you notice, it's the invoice that pay request number 9 is based upon. So motion to approve BFS invoice 108369 for $30,688.34 for the rehabilitate runway 1432 projects and the environmental design. So, yeah, it is basically turning into the feds to get reimbursed, similar to what you were asking for. We just, on the T-Hanger project, we don't actually have a grant yet to get reimbursed back. But on the, for this one, we do have,
Well, on the T-hanger, we won't have a grant because we're doing that on our own.
for the T-Hanger project, yeah, the T-Hanger you're doing on your own, the site work, you'll have a grant.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
I move we approve BFS invoice 108369 as presented.
And is there a second?
Second.
Discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And then the next one is to ratify the grant application that was submitted on 6/16. So we, needed to get that grant application submitted by 6/19, so we went ahead and did it in advance of the meeting. And so we're asking, the board to ratify what was submitted. The total application on that was $2,018,296. So that, is for the runway rehab project. We got excellent bids on that.
Yeah, that's near the back of the packet for BFNS. So
Yep.
It's
We got-
more than excellent, it was like amazing.
Yeah.
Cause
We-
engineering estimate was 2.648, and the best bid was 1.797.
Yeah.
I move that we award I'm sorry, we're on the, grant application, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I move we ratify the FAA grant application.
And is there a second? Second. Again, this is to ratify what we've done, so we can beat the deadline with it that way, so. I'll call for a vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
then, the next one is motion to award the rehabilitate runway 1432 pavement project to O'Meara Contracting, it's Dave O'Meara Contracting Incorporated, for the bid amount of $1,797,315, but that's subject to the receipt of an FAA grant. So basically, we'll send them a letter saying the project's yours, so long as we get a grant.
I move that we award the rehab runway project as presented to Dave O'Meara Contractors, subject to grant.
And is there a second?
Second.
Yeah, it's, and the two bids were not extremely far off from each other, but they were quite a bit, they were surprisingly low. Worried me a little bit that we didn't get something right, but all says everything's right, so we're good to go.
Yeah, milestone was at basically 1.984, and Dave O'Meara was 1,797.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
100,000 difference.
Yeah, our engineer's estimate was 2.6. And, the biggest difference was in full depth asphalt patching. We had basically $60 per square foot at 15,000, which is $900,000.
Mhm.
And O'Meara's price per square foot on their full depth patching was only $8.75. Milestones was $14.50. So that's basically, if you took the difference between O'Meara's and ours, that's the difference. So
So,
all the other pricing lines up. They're actually a little bit higher than us on the asphalt price, but they were way low on the full depth patching.
so is that where the, blow-ups are, Paul? That's where they're gonna cut it completely out, go all full depth and redo that, each of those slots. How many of the, do you remember how many there is? I saw the plans that I can't remember.
There are 15,100 square feet.
Okay,
So, based on 100 foot wide runway or whatever, it's what, 100
50-ish.
or 15, yeah, ish. And we're, every 500 feet, whether there's a blow up or not, they're gonna cut a relief joint in to help on the ones that haven't blown up.
Mhm.
They'll put a full depth asphalt patch in there, and it kinda gives the concrete on those joints that are locked up, it'll try to give it some room to expand.
So the asphalt itself acts a little bit like a cushion in there,
Yep.
whereas concrete to concrete, there's no cushion.
You know, it's not flexible at all,
Okay.
it's all rigid, yeah.
But then we'll be in good shape for quite a while after we get this done,
Yeah, we would hope so,
you know?
yeah.
And what's the thickness of the layer again, top layer?
3 inches,
Okay.
yeah, it won't mill for 3 inches off, but we're putting 3 inches back. You'll be able,
So it's gonna stack a little bit up.
don't tell the FAA, it's a little bit of a strength gain. We're not supposed to strengthen the runway, we're supposed to rehab it, but on the milling, you've got about 1 3/4 of surface on it right now. So that's what we'll mill back, so it'll be gaining about 1 1/4
Okay.
which actually makes it nice too. It brings the asphalt lip up on the edge. It can't be more than 3 inches by FAA standards. But you want it more than 1 inch drop off to the side so that the water runs off easily and doesn't
Mhm.
pond on the shoulders.
Yeah, we should be in great shape. Larry, did you have a question?
Yeah, now that you've awarded the contract, does this mean that the actual work will be done in 2026, next year?
So it'll depend on the grant, when the grants get released, right, Paul?
Right. Yeah, we still gotta get the FAA grant issued, and we know that they'll have to issue grants by the end of September, cause the fiscal year ends in September.
Yeah.
But it could be anywhere from now until September. Traditionally, this has discretionary money in it, it'll probably be late August or September. So we'll ask O'Meara if they wanna start, chances are, by the time they get all the material and so forth, it'll be in October and they won't wanna
Certainly
start.
too cold.
So they'll probably
So as a practical matter, will
Practical.
probably be next year.
Correct.
Thank you.
Perfect.
The only, and the issue, there's been a lot of back and forth on the grant. Of course, the runway threshold on 1432 being basically adjoining 523 is a non-standard condition. There's been questions on that, we have to go through all that every time we touch that runway. And so we've gotta finish answering those questions. That's the holdup right now before they actually put it into the programming, so. You know, they signed off on the airport layout plan not too long ago, so, you would think that they wouldn't make us go through all this, but it's a whole new group of people there, so. So you gotta go through it, it's like FSDO, every time you go, there's a new guy there and they want something different.
I don't know anybody up there anymore.
Okay, cause they're all new.
Paul, when I saw the bids come in where they did, I had talked to you about, looking at that difference between $2 million basically of the application and 1.8. If we could do something like work on that, taxiway that we talked about, because we're back taxing on 1.4, get full use of the runway. And we talked about, and it's actually in the plan, having a new taxiway that would go to the end of 1.4. So we talked about that. Did you get to ask them that, or do you?
Yeah, it's a future project, we can apply for it, but they grant projects, they don't grant dollars.
Right.
So whatever the price tag of the project comes in, it saves the system money, it saves
Okay.
the system money, yeah.
I thought it'd be worth a try to ask, but.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to, you know, the way to correct the modification of standards on this intersection is they wanna chop 1,000 feet off of 1432 to separate the runway thresholds by 1,000 feet, cause the advisory circular says you're not supposed to have a threshold within 1,000 feet of another runway or threshold. So, and we said, well, there's another way to do it, you could extend it 1,000 feet the other way, and they're not interested in that at all, cause it's a crosswind runway. So, they, you know, so right now, they're talking about, well, we should chop it down, it's a crosswind, you know, it's not the primary anyway. And they're big into these legacy crosswind runways, and do you really need it, is it justified, all that.
Well, we
stuff.
changed the end of that runway to avoid that.
I know.
So they want us to chop off what we've already got, what we just did.
No, the other runway.
No. So we extended, so we had the intersection
Right.
like this.
Yeah,
So we went
we did
down
like
here, so now it's here and here.
Right.
And now they're saying, oh, but this has gotta be back 1,000 feet too.
Yeah.
So if they
It's
say
better-
that,
It's definitely better than it was, cause we decoupled, and that was a big no-no. But it's still
how
not
many
quite
years
right.
was it before there was an accident here from that? Let me think. 1943, never was, never would've been.
Yeah.
So if they tell us to do that, then we'll just go ahead and we're gonna take up the collection, we're gonna buy asphalt and we'll take care of the rest of it.
Sounds good.
So
Just
that-
saying.
That's where we're at, that's
Okay.
the report.
Alright.
Sorry,
Fine.
Scott, I took up your whole 15 minutes.
Jeez. I thought Corey was here.
I will ask you if you want to have anything else for him, but I won't.
No,
Any other motions?
no, we're done.
You've done motion, you've done moving,
I tried to move it along, and then, you know,
but now we're talking about not
Here we
moving
go.
along.
here we go, alright.
Fuel fund report.
As of today, there's $486,449.78 in our aviation fuel fund.
Alright, May financial report.
Our income for the month of May was $114,718.65. Our expenses were $88,452.69. So our over-under was $26,265.96.
Little breathing room.
What's our prices like on our fuel?
Good. We are the cheapest in the area on both, although, gas just jumped up about 12 cents. So we'll have to alter that in accordance, cause we can't sell fuel for less than what we bought it for.
We could, but it just wouldn't be.
Wouldn't work, but,
Darn capitalism.
but yeah, we are very competitive, we're the cheapest in the area on
Good.
both.
Excellent.
Very good, very good. All right, thank you. time turners, we've had them down again?
Yeah, so, based on that, the only thing we have to do currently is to update the lease that you guys have approved, and, we'll get that taken care of, and then, other than that, it'll be good to go.
Okay. So what, we're waiting on the attorney? Is that what you're saying? Oh.
He's mumbling.
That's what I
He's
interpreted.
mumbling.
He's
over there.
mumbling over there.
All right, very good, let us know.
Well,
Okay.
what were we waiting on that? I know there was some inspections or something.
They were talking about they were talking about the HVAC system, they're talking about the windows.
They have not completed those inspections yet, but they have gotten the liability insurance that we required.
Okay,
So, I did get that, and then, I went ahead and filed that paperwork for the
Okay.
liability insurance, and it is up to date with us as additional insured. And I can forward you that file as well,
okay.
so you can put it in your files. You what?
I think it's just like a normal Accord.
Mhm.
Okay. Next, Colin, your idea,
So,
or Morgan's idea, sorry.
Compasses.
yeah, we
Pass
went.
the bat.
Well, somebody take credit.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Perfect. Well,
We're not
thank you,
used to
Brandon.
that.
Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, so we visited Columbus Airport, based on utilizing, better resources. Obviously, their budget is way higher than ours, but specifically stating how they save money and the things that we've been doing since, 1980s is it most of your paperwork from 1985? Yeah, so, we've been doing the same type of paperwork, and we were looking into opportunities to actually have paperless board meetings. Because the stack of, papers that we utilized last year, just on board meetings was about 2 foot tall. And how much is your office paper and stuff like that?
Case is $100, I think.
Yeah, and then the nice paper is what, 700?
Oh, yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, the nice paper for board meetings is about 700 a case, and that's on the cheap side.
That's crazy.
So, we were thinking about the opportunity of each board member getting kind of like a tablet, that they utilize in Columbus, and other airports are doing that as well. Cause it still has to be videoed in any way, but those types of tablets would be able to give us access immediately, and we would be able to incorporate sending out all this information for each person, and each person would be able to take that tablet home as they do in other airport boards.
Okay.
So when we receive information, you guys don't have to wait to get it until you're here for the board meeting. We can utilize it and look over it, and we were looking at certain tablets that were like $150 to $200, the same size as that iPad. And we can still look into those, so that's just the idea we're throwing out there, be saving the airport a lot of money, especially in the long run. And basically it's asking if you want me to continue this idea and look into it more, or if, you would like to keep with paper.
I think it's well worth getting away from paper.
Because we will still file all board meetings, hard copy as we need to, although that would just be in our main board meeting books.
Right.
Cause we have to keep the hard copies for those, but, for the board members, we would be able to send everything via tablets.
I think it's a nice idea too, cause then whenever you get any portion of our information consolidated, you could send that on out without waiting till everything's done. And we could have that to look at the budget up to date, we could look at fuel sales, we could look at that stuff anytime, we'd have a record of it there of last meeting and be able to flip back and look at that, so I think it's a very useful tool.
Well, I'll move that we give Colin the power to act on going paperless and pursuing tablets for the board.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion or question?
Is that short enough for you?
What will I do?
I know how you get
Want to put this in a museum or something?
it. I guess so.
Good, you can put it in a glass case. Good.
I'll call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So I'm still gonna do my pictures. Did
I
you
know.
guys see the picture this month?
Oh, no, I'm sorry,
June is my birth month, and this cobra was here a couple weeks ago, a week ago. So,
Well,
had
that's
to throw a daisy in there,
Oh, how did,
January 2024.
cause you don't use yours. Right here.
how did the dog wind up at the airport with Colin's fixation against Kingman?
I know,
Oh, it's been a long time since we drugged that one up.
yeah.
We gotta
We've
keep,
had
we
some
gotta
other
keep
pictures.
turning
Because the Humane Society's shutting down, the dog's running loose all over.
Don't tell Colin.
Yeah.
Don't tell Colin, you know how he
You
is.
guys forget that I actually helped find that one back to its house.
Oh, but you're never gonna get this one down, I'm afraid, Colin.
No, I'm not,
Yeah,
and I hope it
It's been lots of
continues,
interventions.
honestly.
we have fun though.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, good luck with that.
Yep.
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to give a full report next meeting, and then we can decide furthermore.
Take at least 10 minutes.
Yes.
All right, fuel tank update. Jay.
Yeah, so, we are currently in the process of, Tom is actually in the process of speaking with Tim, getting that transported to the airport. And then, a third-party entity known as Rebel Services will be grabbing the, tank, doing a complete internal and external inspection, complete makeover and remodel of it with, new painting and everything, making sure all the, epoxy lining on the inside is completely taken care of. And then they would be delivering it. So instead of having 3 different companies, doing 3 different sections of the job, we have, Rebel Services, which was suggested as a third-party entity for Titan. So, all those prices will be combined into one at a cheaper rate.
And then this goes right out there, like right behind.
Mhm.
or just-
Yes, so it will be placed and moved, from its current location down by the maintenance shop. And then once it is, taken out,
Rehab. Rehab.
and, its final location will be, on the east side of the current tank, so it'd be avgas, jet fuel, and then jet fuel.
Then
They
it'll
also
be,
do, go ahead.
it'll be set up to, of course, when it gets rehabbed and lined, it'll be like a new tank. And then they're gonna plumb it up to where we can offload fuel truck loads without having them pump it off to us. We can draw it off, so that it'll be a charge that we won't receive to pump it, so that's good. We'll have a place to load our fuel truck off of it more quickly, and with the front pump still operational while we load our truck, so it's gonna free up a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
And all funds, the charges for this stuff, of course, as this isn't, it's pretty expensive to have this all done, but it will all be coming out of that aviation fuel fund we talked about, we talk about every month, so. And it's not unreasonable, it's, appears to be quite a good buy for us.
They did the site prep as well,
Mhm.
correct?
That is correct.
Well,
We'll have the fence and.
It won't be gravity fed because you can't plumb it in that manner, but it will be, it will have, certain closures that you can modify which tank you take out, which tank you fill, and such as that.
And that's because they aren't the same shaped tank. This tank is a bit taller and shorter, so you can't just put them side by side and run them. We thought about, plumb them together, but it's a little bit of a tank, but we're gonna utilize the resources to make it better. Pretty exciting, really. I mean, it's gonna make a big difference down the road, especially if we continue to get the traffic from that corporate side that we're receiving. Apron.
So, we are currently in the process of partnering with the city, and utilizing some of their equipment, saving the airport money instead of renting equipment and,